Hey, hello everyone. It's been a while. I haven't been on stream, but welcome to my channel, The Trading Saga. I have been kind of busy with work and I couldn't um, be on stream lately. So here I am today. It's been like crazy days. I have been trying to do some streams offline, but haven't been doing much lately. And also, it was not an easy days at my workplace as well because there have been some crazy action at work, some layoffs and everything. So we are done and through with all of those. So now we are trying to see what we can do here. But looking at this, I think a lot of this price action has been happening during the off time, and now we are kind of just stuck looking at what's going to happen. So at least now I think the bias is still bullish. I think definitely the market wants to go higher, but I think we are just in that chop zone. So I don't know if this is actually going to do something. I'm currently in a trade. I'm long, but we'll see. I think it's just shopping around here. So maybe I'll just show this. So this is our current trade. We are kind of in the chop zone. Nothing much is gonna happen. Maybe it wants to take our stop loss. That's okay. But I think at least for now, this is just going to play around and nothing much may happen. So I think we'll see if the market wants to take a stop loss first or it's going to go for. Uh, I think that's our target 708. I think there is one more as well. Um, so I'm trying to pass my evals in the first place. So that's what I'm trying to do. Um, so until then, we are just going to watch. I don't know if this trade is going to play around, but highly possible that um, it might just chop around or even take our stop loss because that's what the market has been doing. So nothing much kind of. And I feel like I've been like out of touch with these streams because I've been trying to. Yeah, I've been trying to do something off the screen lately, and I think I feel like I lost touch. But let's see. We'll get back to it soon. Anyway, I'm planning to travel mid February, so I might be a little off the schedule because I'll be out of the country for almost 6 to 8 weeks. So it is what it is. I'll still try to. I'll continue to post my updates through my X. So if you guys are not following, make sure you guys follow my X so you guys get up to date with all the updates that you have in place. But I think this one seems like it wants to go down. It was just maybe like one of those seek and destroy kind of setup. But I think if we look at the higher time frames, nothing looks um, bearish because if you see here, everything is just going up. If you guys are thinking what are these supports, resistance, and all these, I use LuxAlgo, so that's what I use, and I don't have to draw those support and resistance zones because it kind of does it by itself. So that's the reason I plan to use those. But if you guys are interested, I think I'll just share the link. You can use my link to get this, and this definitely helps because at the end, if you don't want to draw these lines by yourself and want to have like an automated way of doing it, then LuxAlgo is the way. I've been using it since the inception of these guys, so I'm kind of used to it, and I kind of came up with my own strategies. So that's what it is. But you guys can still check and see if that works out for you. Yeah, so we are still in this zone where I don't know if this is actually going down, going up. Doesn't seem very promising, at least at this point, but we'll see. Yep, that just hit my stop loss, so nothing much is happening there.
Stop filled.
So I think it's definitely trending down. But if you guys see, I think the 15-minute, yeah, everything looks not so promising at this moment. So we'll see. Yeah, I think we are kind of trending down now. So definitely something to look into. But I think the 5 minute support of this VIX is where I think it will go up because it doesn't look like it wants to go down. I think that was a good entry. So we'll see if that actually works out.
Order filled.
So we had like one more.
Order filled.
So we will try to get that. Okay, and then okay, we got into one more trade. I think that took our stop loss, but our bias is still that it's going up, right? So we are going to still target for that highs. So that's what we are thinking about. So let me show you this. So we got one trade and that hit our stop loss, and we got into one more. But if it still goes down, then I think it's highly possible that we have to change our mindset because it's going down after. So it has to go up from here. It might chop around a little bit, but I think the move is up from here. So we'll see. The only thing we can do is to make sure that um, we are on the right side of the market. So I think that's all we can do here. If it wants to just wick out a little bit and then do its thing, then that's a different story. But I think at least at this point, That's what it is. I don't know if my stream is actually doing good or no. What do you guys think? I think it's definitely trying to do some kind of manipulation here. I think I don't know. It will go until 7:02. I think 698 is something we'll target for. So our target is going to be 698. So that's our target. So we are kind of trying to pass the apex, and then we have funded features family. So we have two things that I'm trying to pass right now. So let's see. This might take some time. I don't expect it to just go boom, boom, boom like that because we are almost like around lunchtime. So it doesn't feel like we are going to uh, get something right away. But I hope it just blasts through our target so that we can just chill for our next play again. Until then, it's more or less like a waiting time right now. So the question is, should I go break even here or should we just wait for our stop loss or because it feels like it's crawling down, definitely crawling down because all the higher time frames it's kind of pulling back, but we'll see. I think our thesis still remains the same. Um, so if we take a stop loss, then I think we should reanalyze what's happening and what would be like the next step because that would be like two losses in a row. And we don't want to be in a place where we keep adding losses. So we want to make sure we end up green for the day. So that's the goal. Yeah, this is gonna take some time. I think we just going to let it play. I want it to go a little higher so I can just put it to break even because it's like what, just 10 points that it's up, and I don't want it to um, just wick us out and then do its thing, because I think it's still going to go down to like 630 zone and then do its thing, because right now it's kind of feels like it's stalling a little bit, and when it stalls, that's not a good sign. It's asking, the market is asking the people to place their bets, and then it's gonna do its thing then, and that's not a good sign. And we could just chop around this zone until the end of the day. That's a highly possible chance. So that's what I'm worried about too, because if I don't want to be holding out this position for say 1 hour or so and then eat my stop loss. So I'm thinking if I should take some what do you call, profits along the way and then kind of reassess. If that is a good thing to do, I don't know. Because right now this zone is already kind of choppy and slow if you guys look at it. So we'll see. It's going to definitely not just go like that. Yeah, I think it definitely wants to go down and then go high. Like, it kind of makes me feel or think it's a chop zone for sure. Uh, I'm thinking if I should get out, because I don't want to be stuck in this for the next 1 hour or something like that. Or maybe I should just go break. We'll see. I think it is what it is. Uh, we'll stick to the plan. And the reason I'm thinking too much about this is because if I get out, I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna take another entry in chop zone and I'll get burned out. So we don't want to be in that place. All we want to do is get some profits and then get out. That's how it should be. So it's less stressful. You have more sniper entries, and you're done. But do we have any news right now? Let's check that as well. No, no, all the news happened in the morning, so we're good. So what do you guys think? We are going up or down? I have a feeling that we are going to go down to like 21,600 and then go up. I think that's what I feel is going to happen. But I don't know, I might be wrong. Because our thesis is we have a support at 21,622. So now I think I want to see this, right? So if it breaks this, then we are out. That's a small little bear flag, right? So if that happens, we are going to go out. Um, because I think it could go down to here, retest, and then go up. Maybe that's what will happen, right? Uh, Little bear flag making us think that it's going down. But I mean, if I look at the higher time frames, um, I think it's uh, definitely a little pullback that is expected. But yeah, I think we got in the wrong time at shop zone, but that's fine. We'll just stick to it, see what's going to happen, and then we'll make our next move. If it takes our stop loss, it is what it is. We cannot control some of these things, so we are just going to live with that. And I think Trump has been giving us a lot of volatility with the news, the comments, the tweets. So this is a very good time to make money upside or downside. Doesn't matter which side you are. If you know what you're doing, you can make money both sides. I don't know if how many of you guys watching uh, have gone through the last presidency. It was crazy, especially during COVID time. 1,000 points up, 1,000 points down. So people who know how to trade, they made banks because that's how you make money, right? It shouldn't be like done deal. You have to be more of like what do you call money making machine. Powell was printing, Trump was giving all the boost that he needs for the country. So I think we are going to have some really good opportunities for the next 4 years if the volatility is sticking around. But we'll see. But even if there is volatility, it doesn't mean you make money every day. You lose some, you make some, but end of the day, the goal is to stay positive and think of it in a long term, right? So when you think of it for the long term, it's only going to be one metric that matters. You are making money or losing money. So another thesis that I have is, let me show you this. So if you guys look at this, I think you guys can see my fib, right? So I think if it decides to go up, I think we have room till 21,755. I think that's what is the price target. I think if it happens today, it happens today. If it just wants to chop around here in this zone for a long time, that's a different story. But I think if the bulls show up, I think it will go until 21,755. I think that's the goal. But we are not going taking the whole piece of it. We are just trying to go for the highs a little bit more than that. So that's the goal that we have. So let's see if we hit our target. But at least that's what I'm thinking about. We want this little trend line to be broken. It needs to go up, and it's having a hard time to do that. Whoa,
Order
whoa, whoa,
filled.
whoa,
Stop filled.
whoa. What just happened here? Was that like one of those fake outs? Oh my god. Yeah, I think that's what we were thinking about. Like the fake out before the breakout, right? Whoa. Yeah, I think everyone was looking for a long. I think that's what happened. So, okay, that is totally fine. We'll just wait for our next move and then we plan for what to do, right? So now we will be just in a watch mode to see like what we can do. I think a retest of that support is, or I think even the 61.8 zone, right, that we have here. I think that would be like one bound zone that we can think of. Or was it just a wick? That was another thing that we were looking to. I was saying that it might go to this Monday high and then go up again. I think that was another scenario that we were talking about, but we couldn't do anything because that move was so fast that we had like no other option to other than taking our stop loss. So another thing might be this is kind of a head and shoulders as well. We didn't really see that, but I think now we change our bias. The bias is definitely to go down, um, but I think we need at least a retest or bounce on this 61.8 golden pocket zone, right? That's what we think would be our next move. I think we kind of will bounce a little bit here because it just touched the 61.8 zone, and then the 50 is 30 points. That's a big level. And also, I think I shouldn't be doing two accounts at the same time. So I usually only trade with Apex mostly, and then I try to switch to others once I have some profits. But I think today I did that mistake of doing the same trade in both at the same time. So that was not a good move from my side. But it is what it is. Yeah, I think it bounced right on our 61.8 zone if you guys see here. So I think we were a little late. I think that's like 30 pointer move from there. That bounce was so crazy. Like that 61.8, that's a 30 point move from there. Yeah, I think we were just off, but I think it's okay. We'll wait for our next move and then we'll plan for it. Yeah, I think by the time we plan to enter again, I think that's when um, it's going to start chopping around again. So I think that's what I was thinking. So I think our next move we have to be like extra careful a little bit. I think if I look at the smaller time frame, um, it wants to go all the way down to 21,471. I think that's where it will go. 21,466, yeah, or at least like 519. It's definitely going down, but I think we are a little too late, I would say, because the move actually started, and high chances if we enter now, we might just get wigged out. And that move was crazy actually. That's from 21,650 to 550, almost 100-point move. I think the drop. So that would have been a beautiful one if we were on the right side. Yeah, I think it's more or less like another chop zone now. I think it's gonna make us wait. So we kind of, I think is, I think we should just have at least some retest, and then, or even a little lower to this 50% retracement, and then maybe go up, or it goes up and then comes down to that 50% retracement. So we'll wait on this one to see like how the price reacts to like different zones, and then we'll probably make a move, because at least at this point I feel this is going to be like another chop zone. I think we were caught up in this chop before, and now we are kind of again in another chop zone. That's what I'm thinking. So let's give it some time, and then we'll plan for our next move. Yeah, I think this is what we were thinking about, right? So what we see here is the 50. It's shopping around between the 60% and 50% retracement, and nothing much happening around here. But another thesis that I have is If I look at the higher time frames, let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So this is the 15-minute chart, and I see an in bearish FEG. So we may just hit that and then go all the way down to the next support. Um, but the reason but if you look at the higher time frame, this is 65-minute. So even here, it's kind of a small bearish FEG that was formed, but it never tested it. Um, so if you guys see, I think it kind of touched it. I think that's what happened. Um, yeah, let's give it some more time. I think no major move will happen right away. I think it's gonna consolidate a little bit, see like what the next move is gonna be looking like. But I think if you look at this Monday high, that's where a little bearish FEG has formed. So maybe that would be like a nice entry for us. But at least at this point, it's more or less like a chop zone that's trying to just consolidate and make everyone place their bets. So we are going to wait for the move and then see what is going to happen then. Yeah, I think it's going to like one of those same zones that we were talking about. I think are we going to see a rejection or is it going to go down straight up? Okay, it looks like it's kind of rejecting on those levels that we were talking about. Oh, is my thing again stuck? I think it's been happening lately. I don't know why. Um, yeah, this one seemed like it was going to reject, but I think it's just going to do a retracement. I think it's going to go retrace back there and then come back down. Or if I look at the higher time frames, I think the inverse or the bearish FEG is still intact. So what do you guys think? I think we are about to come to go to that. I think if I draw a trend line like that, I think that's going to be the key. So it shouldn't break that. I mean, even if it breaks, maybe it's just a fake out. It goes to this breaker and then go down again. So if we see a strong rejection, so I think we can play to the downside a little bit here. But is it going to happen or no is the question. I think there is definitely something wrong with my screen. I see some messages saying that skip frames and it's not loading correctly. I don't know what's happening. I think I need to test it out later. And even my commands and everything are not working as expected. I don't know if it's something wrong with my internet or what it is. And it seems like my messages are not going in as well. Let me see. That's weird. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. Okay. Now we are back. I think it was some settings that. Oh, what's happening here? I think we were thinking about that zone, the trend line. But I think there is this breaker level that it wants to reject. I think that's what is going to happen. So it broke the trend line, making everyone think, um, yeah, I think again it's going to be like chop zone around here again. I think this would be like have been a good entry for us. This 556. So okay, I think we are about this retest, and I think uh, we want to let's see if it holds this trend line. If this holds the trend line, I think that's when we make or at least take one more trade. But this has to stay, or at least do a bounce kind of thing. Okay, I think it definitely not respecting that trend line. So it definitely I think it's going down. So now we need a nice entry to get into it. So now we need like just a little bit of retracement. Yeah, it's not giving us any entries here, so that's a bad one. And we need to, I think it's kind of playing around in the zone. Yeah, I think we kind of expected this, that it want to break the trend line and then go down. That's exactly what happened. And then now we are in a watch mode because we kind of missed our entry. So now um, we have to wait for the next move, or at least understand how the market is trying to play around, and then make our next best possible entry again. Yeah, I think nothing much happening here. We were thinking about this zone where it might reject, but I think that's what is going to happen. But is it going to happen right away or not? I don't know because it feels there is short-term time frames are giving me a different vibe, and the long-term higher time frames are giving me a different thesis. So I don't know if this is going up or down, at least as per my analysis or my methods, right? So I'm not going to take an entry and just burn myself. So I'm going to wait for a better direction or a clear analysis for myself, and then I'll take my next trade. Okay, I think nothing. I don't see much happening here, so I think we'll call it a day. Maybe we'll revisit tomorrow again and see if we can um, get some good opportunities. But right now, I think we are kind of in that zone. This zone is mostly like the chop zone, nothing much happening. I think it has to break to the 50% retracement or break above the highs. Until then, I think it's going to be like just chopping around and nothing much will happen. So that's all for today. We'll catch up tomorrow again. Later, guys. Peace.